struggle with your hair day in and day out does not have to be a way of life. You can return your hair to health and vitality. Right now I have Ron in the chair, and I'm using Ron to show the categories of male pattern balding, because male pattern is a little bit different than female pattern balding. And so for you guys out there, I want you to be able to identify where you fit into the scale so that you can understand more clearly how you need to help yourself with the Happy Hair system. So Ron is 60 years old, and he's actually been coming to me for, we figured, about 8 years now. And when he first started coming in, he was into the male pattern balding that we're all familiar with. You know, getting the V's in here, getting the recession pretty thin up in here. And then also he was getting pretty diminished in the back of his head, you know, in that typical pattern that men get. And so the amazing thing about Ron's hair is that 8 years later, he had some recovery in here. When you comb his hair over, you don't see any balding really in there at all. And he has been able to keep all of these corners in here nice and filled in and steady. He has what I would call a mature hairline, 60 years old, but his hair is in great shape. And the reason his hair is in such great shape is because Ron has been doing this Happy Hair system since before it even became a patent pending system.
Came 8 years ago with my wife. I've been going to salons with my wife to have my hair cut instead of a barber shop because of my thinniness in the front and the back. And it got to a point where my wife would occasionally tease me about it. And so when we came to Linda, she started talking to me about nutrition, how valuable it is for my body to be healthy, and then for my hair to be healthy, and then of course brushing my hair consistently on a daily basis to stimulate the scalp, to make sure that the hair has blood circulating to it, and it seems to be working great. I know my brother, who's a couple years younger, the front of his hair in this part here is almost gone, and he's also starting to thin all the way back to the rear of the head, and I'm not. So since I've been coming to Linda's Hair Design and using her Happy Hair system, my hair has not only stabilized, my hair loss is not only stabilized, but it's also grown back in some cases and become a fuller head of hair. And I credit all to Linda's Happy Hair system.